Evening, everybody. It's 6:01 on this Wednesday evening after a very wild day. Um, Kind of an interesting day. We had home sales, which were down. We had home prices, which were down slightly. We also had a bunch of earnings. So let's get right to them. I hate earnings days, so I'm just going to skip right through with the big ones. Meta with a beat. Stock had closed 298.57 up 410, traded as high as 325, and then it traded all the way back down to 309, and then it came back up and looks like it closed or is trading now around 318. That's up 2304 or 7.7%. Lrcx, Lamb Research, also a beat top and bottom. The stock had actually closed at 642 and change, down $7.87. After the earnings came, we traded up to 668, gave back a bunch of it. Right now it's 655.32. That's up 508, but that's also 13 higher about than where it closed regular trading hours. eBay beat, but it went the other way. It had closed 48.80 up 49 cents, traded down to 46.01. Last is 46.26. That's down 205, down 280 from the close, and 4.2%. Chipotle in an uncharacteristic miss, only on revenues. Missed on revenues, beat on earnings. The stock had closed 2087 spot 86. That was down $4.48. Well, it traded straight down to 1885. Last is 1895.66. That's down 196.68. The company complained that inflation has hurt them for a bunch of their input products. So the stock is down 9%. Also, um, NOW, Service Now, also beat top, beat bottom. 577 and a quarter, down 511 after the earnings, traded straight up to 604 and then straight down to 556. So it made a new high, then it made a new low. The last is 559 spot oh 04, down 2334 or 4%. Two absolute debacles here today. Everybody who reads my stuff knows I do not trade Chinese stocks. I had a position for a while in SIMO, Silicon Motion. Um, didn't even know it was a Hong Kong based company. Sold it around 95, I believe. Took a nice profit on it. But it's been, just kind of floating around. Well, somebody came in and made a bid for them some time ago, um, and they had an agreement in principle, but they didn't have everything. The company's symbol was MXL. Let me get you the name of that just so that you have it. MXL. Max Linear, technology sector, also semiconductors. Okay, so this morning they came. I saw the stock trading this morning at like 96 or 93 with a high of 96.78, and it was up 41. I couldn't find any news about it. Um, but when I did find it, it was that the deal was struck at um, 93.54 in cash and 0.338, so a little over a third of Max Linear. Max Linear was trading at around 34. It traded down to 24, and at the time that this announcement actually came through, it had traded back to about 26. So the bottom line was that the deal was worth about $104, it looked like. Well, this afternoon they came out with another comment, Max Linear did, and that comment really was a problem. They said that they have discovered a material adverse event, which is why I don't trade Chinese stocks, because there is just so much BS. Regardless, the stock immediately turned back down, and right now, let's take a quick look to just see. It had a high today of 95.33, currently trading 60.39, up 8. And I can understand it. Of course, I'm not the guy who paid 91 for it this morning thinking that, there was a deal at 104, and that's what puts the risk into risk arbitrage. One more name, a blast from the past, Mallinckrodt. If you recall, Mallinckrodt is a drug manufacturer, regular and generics, and they are actually right up there with the Statler family of Purdue, being blamed for the opioid crisis. Now, to give you an idea of where this stock has been, in 2015, it was 135. In 2016, it was 50. Between 2020 and 2022, the end of 2022, it didn't even trade, so it was zero. Then, in late October of last year, they started trading the stock again, and it traded as high as 18 and then worked its way back down yesterday to 41 cents or 42 cents. Today it traded at 41 cents, which, aside from the period of time when it wasn't trading, was a new all-time low. Well, it appears that there's a lawsuit based on from a bunch of hedge fund guys who actually loaned the company money in order to keep it going until they got this $1.7 billion settlement some time ago. In any event, there seems to be some question about the validity of that settlement. They've only paid about 250 million of it, I believe, and they have until 2030 to pay it. And lo and behold, those hedge funds have sued. They've evidently gotten a couple of decent answers from the court. And this evening, after, let me just see where it closed during the day. MNK is the symbol. And during the day, it closed up here. I didn't see it on the tape before the close, but evidently around 2:30, it was trading at about 72 cents, which in and of itself was a nice move higher. And then, as the news was being disseminated, it traded as high as a $1.87, I believe, was the high. Currently trading at It was $1.70. I'm sorry, 170, and that's up $1.26, or just a scant 285%. Okay, as far as the futures go, not a lot of action anywhere except the grains. They gave back more of what they put on yesterday and the day before. Um, the wheat was down 40 after being up 60. And last week after the crop report, this is the chart on the screen right here of the wheat. It had gotten all the way up here to 750 and had closed. Oh, this is the daily. Let me show you the weekly. It'll be a little more obvious. As you can see, it rallied off this low at 642, got as high as 750, closed right in the middle, and then yesterday started right back up, traded as high as 777 and as low as 698. It had closed at 720. And that was up 22 and change. And today it came back in quite a bit. As you can see, this is that 777 and a quarter, and we closed 720 today. So this was pretty much it for the grains across all of the grains. The corn was down 17. The soybeans were unchanged, which is a hell of a win on a day like today. The wheat down 40, down 47 on the red hard wheat, which is a winter wheat. Oats down 12. I mean, right across the board. Oil was down a little. The report today showed a draw of about 600,000 barrels, and that was after last week's draw of 770. So it was down about 85 cents, just reopened again, and it is up 13. Heating oil up a shade, gasoline up a shade, nat gas down a penny. The gold was higher and is higher tonight. It was up 640 this afternoon, up another 240. Silver was up 15 cents and is up another almost 11 cents. Copper, which has turned out to be one of my faves here, really looks to me like it is getting ready to go back to the upside pretty big. It's worked its way into this apex that I've been showing you, and we'll see how it resolves. Um, let's see what else we have here. Bitcoin was up a little today. The dollar was down 46 cents. Bitcoin up 110 tonight after being up 215 during the day. Ethereum also up. The bonds were actually up 5/8. That's the same that they were up yesterday. And tonight they're down 7/30 seconds, which is about, now 9/30 seconds, which is a little over a quarter of a point. And we are still locked into this lower high, lower low that we've been in since the high in 2020. So we came down here, tested the bottom, tried to get back to the upside, and looks like we're failing. All right, everyone, I'll be back first thing in the morning tomorrow, because tomorrow being Thursday, we have claims, but besides claims, we also have Q2 GDP. The consensus is looking at 1.6%, and the prior was 2%. The deflator, 3% versus 4.1. Initial claims, continuing claims, durable goods ex transportation. June advanced trade deficit, which is totally unimportant. June advanced retail inventories, and June advanced wholesale inventories. June at 10 o'clock, June pending home sales, and 10:30, the weekly nat gas inventories. So there you have it. Hope you had a good day. I'll be back in the morning.